Exercise 52 out of Trombone Junior High Set 3 proves to have a couple of extra challenges for you. First of all, we need to make sure we're checking the key, which is G major. So you're going to have F sharps in 5th position all the way through, and B naturals, the high B natural, in 4th position instead of 1st, which is sometimes a little more difficult for us to find. So we want to watch the key signature in this. Secondly, it's all about contrast. And so between the first 8 measures, where you have piano and it's more legato, smoother, into measure 9, where we have accents and a forte dynamic level. So we want to make sure that we're bringing out the difference between these two distinct styles in the middle. Also, watch the tendency for younger students to rush when you get into the louder accented parts and slow down when you get into the smoother parts. Okay, we're going to set the metronome at 76 beats a minute, and keeping that metronome going so that we can stay even between the softer legato passage and the accented contrasting passage. Number 52. A few other things to point out. You may have also noticed in measure 3 and measure 5 that I was keeping my D's in 4th position instead of 1st. That's because if we use that G, B, and D in measure 3, for example, we can do natural lip slurs and keep that extra motion out. So instead of, and we possibly get that scoop up into D, if we keep everything in 4, it keeps us from having to have that extra slide garbage in there. So we want to make sure that we are utilizing those alternate positions when they're going to be able to help us out. Okay. Also, down in the middle of the 4th line, there's a real tendency to play that G real shallow because everything you've been playing is higher, and then all of a sudden you have to drop down to that low. So you want to make sure on that G that you open up your jaw much wider, and even though it's marked a piano, I would make sure that we use plenty of air in there. So starting at the beginning of the 4th line. Now open. Okay, best of luck as you practice and use that metronome.